and saying, welcome my metaphysical friends, and let us traverse the magic of compassion. Sometimes you get no love, no matter what you do, or how kind you've been, or how much thought you've put into things. You don't seem to matter. It's only because you care. You're simply not programmed to be a stone. And forgive me, crystal beings have more feelings than some people. So here's what you're going to do. And I'm talking to you. You're going to let it go. You're going to release it. Don't let it heart harden you. So, resentment, it's toxic. And you got to take sometimes a good look at the source of your anguish. Yes, it would be nice if people noticed your kindness, but you know, sometimes it seems they just take you for granted. Not everyone is nice, and sometimes people seem to be anesthetized by TV, or they're hypnotized by apathy or technology, or they're absolutely underqualified for love. So, go on. Be strong. Your heart is an amazing, blazing, quiet fire. Someone out there desperately needs it. They'll find warmth, and they just might be grateful you left the embers glowing. But sometimes when it's all too much, it's okay. If you haven't cried, your eyes can't be beautiful. Rain doesn't always fall from the skies. Sometimes it spills from your eyes. It cascades down the windows of your soul. It's those days that your spirit feels old. And there's nothing wrong with spending a little quiet time just cleansing all the things that cause you strife. So if your thoughts ought to turn into some kind of magical water, let it rain. Feel the pain. Emerge refreshed, impressed, with inner wealth. Now, return to the land of radiant health. All I want to do is help. I want to go to bed every night feeling that I've made a difference, hoping that in some small way I did the right thing by as many people as I possibly could. My conscience is beyond sensitive. It's haunted. I have a burning need to know that everything I say or do is the most remarkable, responsible, empathetic, and thoughtful exchange that could occur between myself and another, or an entire audience of hundreds of people. Although I have a healthy sense of humor, I take my interaction with others very seriously. So when my head hits that pillow every night, I need to sense each day in every way that someone, if not everyone, knew I love them. At one of my most recent Meet the Psychic events, I gave a bottle of this very sacred Asclepian healing water to a dear woman in the audience who was suffering from very severe pain, deep pain. So at some point throughout the evening, we all discovered that a poor gentleman in the audience was even in more dire distress and severe pain than she was. Would you believe this gal got up and offered her be-gifted sacred bottle of water to him because he needed it more? So that's what I want to impart on others. Compassion. Everyone's jaw dropped that night. The audience actually broke out in applause. To me, that's a successful evening. When I know my presentation or my psychic readings, or I hope in some way even my very presence, open the hearts of others. Her, though, unconditional love touched me and everyone else. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. I know sometimes the world seems like an awful place, but I must tell you, more often than not, it's a very holy place, populated by earth angels that come in many forms and colors. And I appreciate the peaceful people of the world as much as you do. So dream about the life you want and pray for the souls you love. Build upon the thoughts of great thinkers. You are a creative visualizer, an adept of higher power, a visionary. So walk in peace and with confidence. Give yourself the gift of happiness, because if you're happy, I'm happy. So that said, while we are in the realm of higher thinking and visualization and love and the very depth of our souls, let's see what the energy fields of the universe have to say about such subject matter. I love to see the universe's response from such things. It's really wonderful to get yourself in that beautiful mindset of something, more powerful, more potent than just the distractions of the universe. Now, if you've noticed though, while I was speaking, and this has been very common in the past year or two, certain vibrations push themselves out of the deck. They channel themselves. So let's see what the first vibration in today's new Grand Trine has to say to all of us today. Vibrational field number 1. It's interesting. Again, it's Daniel-esque, although the major and minor arcanum, as you know, are in here. This isn't one of them. It shows a woman with some sort of a wand, an energy field, an ability to create power. But this particular wand splits. So obviously, this is a particular year where decisions are very important, and they can very much influence the identity that you are projecting to others. So if you want to have the happy life that I just discussed in this particular video, it's up to you to make that decision. Let your heart guide you, and then ultimately, indeed, proceed towards that identity. Wow, that's it. Let's see what vibrational field number 2 has to say. Okay. Number 2 today says, two vibes want to come out. 2 for 2. The vibes say this. First, one word. Happiness. And that's a lot to do with what this video was about. Happiness, might be nice to have a fancy car, I guess. And it might be nice to have beautiful clothes, but ultimately, this is a very emotional thought. This has a lot more to do with determining where you seek and where you find your happiness. Obviously, this is an important year to do so. And what magnetizes with it? The vibrational fields suggest that if you look for such things or try to seek out happiness, success will be yours. And by the way, this is actually a financial success. This is a good vibe to get. But isn't it interesting that the root of the financial success was that you followed your bliss? Okay, that's it. We still get an extra bonus. The capstone to the pyramid, our 3rd vibrational field. And today, the 3rd vibrational flow says this. Wow, love it. Flew out of the deck. And the vibes say this. It's one that's very dear to my heart. Hermes Trismegistus. Hermes 3 times the greatest. It's extremely karmic, and interestingly enough, it has the Ouroboros, or the snake that bites its own tail. This vibrational field means, as above, so below. As in heaven, so on earth. In your mind, so in your karma. So what this vibe indicates in ancient times, the snake biting its own tail, is eternity. Another interesting thing to note, next year is the year of the water snake. So we're going from a water-breathing dragon year to a water snake year. This is very transformative. It's time to shed the old skin in favor of the new. one does it via this vibrational field karmically. The notion is ultimately that everything you do returns to you. I would hope in some small way these videos are the kindness and the energy fields that I put out to people like you guys, so I could help to lift your spirit, because I know, like I said before, if your spirits are lifted rather, ultimately, then so are mine. I love you guys.